Thousands of you requested this video. It is, of course, Kriti Sanon's Hyphen skincare brand. I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan, a medically qualified doctor and a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. It's important for you to know this is a non-sponsored channel. That means that I don't accept payment from anyone ever, and I buy every product that we review. Very impressive. I really don't like. I love this. Should really avoid, in my humble opinion. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. But, and this is a really big but, having said this, I think Kriti is an amazing actress. I love her movies, but I have really high standards when it comes to skincare for my skin of color family. If you kind of have surface knowledge of science and you don't fully understand how ingredients work on the skin, you're reliant on other people to tell you. So I'm not going to be pulling any punches, and anything I don't like, I am going to be very clear on. Starting off with the Infused peptide balm. First of all, you need a pair of scissors. So number one is, I would say I actually really love the packaging of the whole Hyphen range. I think this lime green is gorgeous. I think it works so beautifully on social media. And also it's a very young color. So I think she's done really well with the packaging itself. And I really like the mold that she's used in order to make all the lip products. So can you see that? It is so beautiful. And that's what the product looks like. So it's separating actually. If you can see, it's got the liquid separating from the actual emollients, which isn't great. That's what it looks like. I'm just going to show you what a small bit looks like when I rub it in. So it's going to look shiny on the skin, but it is a bit sticky. It has got a slight smell to it as well. In here, we've got hydrogenated polyisobutene. This is an emollient, but it's 2 out of 5 on the irritant-C profile. So it's not something you would use if you had sensitive, chapped lips or irritated lips. On here, it's also got sunflower oil, which is an emollient, which basically conditions the skin. Then it's got a bunch of more emollients, which I love. Then it's got vitamin E at 1%, which is a lip conditioner. So this is all really good stuff. Then it's got peptides at less than 1%. So it's not in the therapeutic index, but she's made a big deal of it having peptides because peptides is literally the first ingredient here on the bottle. And the claim here is that it plumps the lips because of the peptides, but I don't really think you're going to get much plumping out of this because the percentage is so low. Plus, it is vanilla flavored. So if you look at the inky list, they use the word flavor. That is an irritant. And actually, if you have sensitive lips or you are licking your lips because they're dry, it's going to make the situation worse. I know there are lots of products out there that have fragrance in the lip balms, but this is a big mistake for skin of color because when we lick our lips, you've got amylase, which breaks down the lip skin, if you like. You get to angular cheilitis, dry lips occur, and actually lip hyperpigmentation becomes worse. And this is a problem for my skin of color family. The lip color you are born with is your natural lip color. As we get older, if you don't protect your lips from the sun, or you're wearing matte lipsticks or lipsticks that irritate the skin or lip balms that make you lick your lips or contain fragrance, it can lead to lip hyperpigmentation. And then you get into a vicious cycle where you think, oh, let me put on more lipstick to cover the dark lips, and it makes the situation worse. This is why when you're formulating for lip products for skin of color, you have to be very, very careful. You do not do a copy-paste situation of what's happening in the West. What you can get away with on Caucasian skin, you cannot get away with for skin of color. We have to be more careful. We have to avoid all fragrance in our lip products and all irritants in our lip products. And for this reason, this product is a no. The next one we're going to talk about is All I Need Lip Screen. I was actually really excited about this product. The reason is because skin of color gets lip hyperpigmentation, especially in the sun, we really should be wearing lip sunscreen. There aren't many, however, on the market. So let me show you what this looks like. Number one, it's so Instagrammable. It looks so good on the screen. But number two, it's a very young color. And I think also the demographic is quite young who is buying this. Okay, so again, it blends very nicely into the skin. I'd still say it's a bit sticky. I don't love. All right, let's go through the ingredients list. I'll tell you what I think. So the chemical is a chemical sunscreen, number one. So I always obviously prefer mineral sunscreen because mineral sunscreen is your zinc oxide, titanium dioxide. It doesn't enter the bloodstream. This is why we recommend it to pregnant women. Chemical sunscreens are much easier to formulate. This is why this gives no white cast. but it does tend to, obviously, it does go into the bloodstream. It does get into the breast milk, which is, you know, why I don't love it and I don't formulate it. There are newer filters, which I do prefer, but for me, I'm still going to love mineral sunscreens for my skin of color family. Number one, it doesn't enter the bloodstream, but number two, it is also anti-inflammatory because zinc oxide itself is anti-inflammatory. If you have sensitive skin, a damaged skin barrier, rosacea, melasma, acne, all of these things are forms of inflammation. And really what we want during the day is an anti-inflammatory, and there really is nothing better than 17% zinc oxide on the skin. So for those reasons, I don't like chemical sunscreens, but this product in particular, let's go through. So she's added in vitamin C at less than 1%. So again, it's not in the therapeutic index, but they've put it on the packaging. And this is very standard for cosmetic companies. So it's literally the top ingredient on the bottle if you have a look, but it's not in the therapeutic index. So you're not really going to get much benefit from the vitamin C. She's put sucralose in there, which gives you a sweet taste, but this is also a problem because I'm just going to lick my lip, lick my thing. Yeah. So it's got a sweet taste. This is the problem because if you have sugar on your lips, you basically lick it. And what happens when you lick your lips? It leads to dry lips. Have you ever noticed when you have dry lips and you lick it and you lick it again, it just gets worse and worse and worse, faster and faster and faster? The reason is because of amylase. Amylase, the enzyme, is breaking down those lips and making everything worse. You're more likely to get contact dermatitis. You're more likely to get angular cheilitis, like I discussed before, and it can make your hyperpigmentation worse. So this is all a problem. And also, why would you have a sunscreen that is lickable? The whole point of having a sunscreen is that you want to protect the lips from the sun. So this was, I think, another big mistake with this product. And then she's also put in kojic dipalmitate. She's put in kojic acid. So kojic acid is a tyrosinase inhibitor. It's one that I love, but is one that you should really wear at nighttime, not during the day. So it also doesn't make sense to put it into your lip sunscreen. It would make sense into, say, a nighttime lip treatment. So for me, unfortunately, this is a product I would avoid. Moving on to the next product, which again has gone viral, of course. And this is the Vitamin Infused Peptide Lip Balm Hazel. So this is what the product looks like. And again, same tip, which was clever. It's always nice to have like an iconic shape when it comes to social media. I'll just show you what the color looks like as well. This is a beautiful coffee, light coffee nude color. And when I rub it in, it gives a lovely nude color as well. But I would say it's sticky, which is really annoying when your hair sort of gets stuck in the lips. It's just not a good look. So for me, I think that's really important. Can you see like just how sticky that thing is? This is not good. I tend to find it sort of like smudges outside the lip line a little bit as well. So let's find out what's in this particular product. The claim is 24 hours of moisturization. However, in this I've put vanillin. So again, it's your fragrance, the irritant, and they've got sucralose. So the thing that makes your lips sugary, and you're going to want to lick them. This is a problem because number one, you're getting no 24 hours moisturization when you do that. But number two, like I said, with the first product, it's the same mistake she's made, which is you never ever put an irritant into a lip product. The lip skin is already very thin. It's the easiest part to irritate. Have you noticed, for example, when it's dry, which parts of the body become the driest the quickest? It is the lip area, of course. And that's because you only have 3 skin cells on the lip, 3 skin cells deep. There's not much to work with. And you can't really afford to do anything that's going to trigger the melanocyte, the cells that produce the pigment melanin. And so for this reason, this is the second product that I don't like from the range. So this is one to avoid. Moving on to the serums. This is the Peptide Cocktail Serum. So let's see what it looks like. Beautiful packaging. I love the purple and the blue. Again, these are really iconic colors. I think she is very clever when it comes to obviously social media and what's going to look good on camera. It comes out blue as well a little bit. It's quite runny. Let's see how it blends into the skin. It blends quite nicely into the skin. A light smell, nothing too overpowering. It smells a bit like a bit plasticky, I would say, actually. Let's have a look at what's in the ingredients list. It's actually a beautiful formula. This is a NAF-safe formula, meaning no denatured alcohol, no fragrance, and no essential oils. Those are 3 things you want to look for in any skincare product that you purchase. Always have a look at the back, have a look at the ingredients list, and you want to make sure it has no denatured alcohol, no fragrance, and no essential oils, because those can irritate the skin and lead to hyperpigmentation for skin of color. This one is a Dr. V approved formula. Moving on to Golden Hour Glow Serum. I have actually reviewed this product, I think, before in one of my other videos. I think the boxing is very good here. She's done a good job. Imagine, I'm in the UK and the boxes have come in pretty good condition. So I think she's done a good job with this. She's gone with quite good quality packaging. Sorry, I say it as I rip it apart. It's fine. Okay, we're in. Oh my Lord. Oh, that was the least elegant unboxing you will ever see. Okay, this is what it looks like. Gorgeous. I think this is really stunning packaging. Beautiful, nice weight, I like it. Glass, excellent. Again, that's what it looks like on the skin. So it's clear. Let's see, it absorbs into the skin. Yeah, absorbs quite nice. Again, quite a light fragrance to it. Very similar fragrance actually to the peptide. All right, let's see what's in here. So when I did this on my Nykaa video for the best and worst niacinamides on Nykaa, I actually really love this formula. In here, the first ingredient is water, so that makes sense. It's the universal solvent. It's the solvent that basically will dissolve the most number of actives, and that's part of the water phase of a formula. The 5th ingredient in here is your glycerin, so that's your humectant. It's your water magnet that holds water in the top layer of skin. The 6th ingredient in here is niacinamide. So again, that's at approximately 2%, which is great. You always want to make sure your niacinamides are between 2 to 5%. Anything more than that can actually lead to irritation of the skin. And she's also put in alpha arbutin, which looks to me at about 1%, which is great. I would say I really like this for strengthening the skin barrier and for very mild hyperpigmentation. See, if she was going for more severe hyperpigmentation, you wouldn't have alpha arbutin at 1%, it would be at 2%, and you'd have other tyrosinase inhibitors in here too. But if you're getting mild sort of discoloration of the skin, if you're seeing patchy skin color, which does happen, especially in the summer, then actually this is a really lovely serum for you to wear during the day even. So what you can do is wash your face, apply the serum, and then put your SPF50 on top, and that's a really good skincare routine. This is a Dr. V approved product. If you have more intense hyperpigmentation from, say, acne or melasma, or you have fine lines that are starting to develop, which tend to happen from your mid-20s onwards, then this is probably a stronger product for you. In here, I've put in your 3% peptides, 1% alpha arbutin, your vitamin C, plus 0.2% retinol and retinaldehyde. Retinaldehyde actually works 10 times faster than retinol. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So it comes out very yellow on the skin, and it blends quite easily into the skin. And it's fragrance-free, of course, and NAF-safe, which is really important for skin of color. This is, however, an expensive product. It is available on Nykaa. It's not for everyone. It's only if you have hyperpigmentation and fine lines. If you don't, and you're having mild discoloration, and then it's better to go actually with Pretty Sanon's Glow Serum. Moving on to the Golden Hour Glow Moisturiser. So this says that 3 forms of vitamin C. Here you go. That's what it looks like. Nice packaging. Okay, nice security seal, which I like. It's actually quite thick. This is nice for dry skin in terms of rheology and feel on the skin. Maybe not so good for oily, acne-prone skin. All right, let's see what's in here. Right, so they've put in 3 forms of vitamin C. It's got 3-O-ethyl-ascorbic acid, tetrahexyldecylascorbic, which is actually my favorite form of vitamin C because it's fat soluble, enters into the dermis. And they use cacadal plum extract. So it is rich in vitamin C, but it's not the form of vitamin C that you would put on the inky list as your 3rd form of vitamin C, if that makes sense. But I'm going to let them get away with it because it is rich in vitamin C. I would say the thing about vitamin C is it's an antioxidant. This means that it oxidizes in oxygen. So vitamin C should always be in an airless pump, and this is not an airless pump. Oxygen can get into this product very easily. So this is a problem because actually you don't know how effective the vitamin C is if it's not in an airless pump. So that's one thing I would say about this. I would say it's a good niacinamide moisturizer because it does contain niacinamide. Beautiful ingredient. It's really good if you have dry sensitive skin. If you have oily acne prone skin, niacinamide itself as a serum, maybe not in this formula. However, I would say maybe get your vitamin C from somewhere else in a different serum because you just don't know how effective the vitamin C is if it's not in an airless pump. I would say this is non-comedogenic, so although I probably wouldn't, I think those with oily acne prone skin are not going to like the feel of this. It's quite heavy. If you get your monthly breakouts, this is going to be fine. So I would say for me, I like this formula, but you're not going to get much benefit from it in terms of brightening the skin or helping with any hyperpigmentation because you don't know how effective the vitamin C is. But having said that, it's a beautiful, gentle, non-irritating niacinamide moisturizer. Before we move on to sunscreens, I'm just going to quickly show you the lip products that she has done. Now, these are all got the same issues. So it's the same fragrance and the same sugary products that actually you shouldn't be wearing on the lips. So for me, for the same reasons as before, the whole trio of lip balms, I think need to be reformulated, to be honest. And for skin of color, this is not the products that I would recommend for you. Now moving on to sunscreens. This is All I Need SPF 50. Now, the thing about sunscreens is I have formulated sunscreens, and sunscreens are very difficult to formulate, especially mineral sunscreens. They tend to leave a white cast. Let's have a look to see what this product is. So this is actually a chemical sunscreen. This is the packaging. Okay, I've got security seal, that's good. Just gives you a bit more confidence. Oh, that's what it looks like. Comes out quite light, which is nice. I'd say it gives a bit of a sheen, a bit of a shine, which is nice, I think, because I think in the sun it will reflect beautifully. Not much of a smell, and I would say it blends really easily into the skin. So those are all plus points. This is a chemical sunscreen, SPF 50, and the chemical filters are octocrylene and avobenzone. So the thing about octocrylene is that it can penetrate into the skin and enter the bloodstream, which I do not like. This is why we don't recommend it for pregnant women. And the thing about avobenzone is, again, it penetrates into the skin and it can be a hormone disruptor. So these are two chemical filters I really don't like. And especially for my skin of color family, I have very high standards and I am quite strict, I'm sorry, when it comes to sunscreens. As much as I really want to love this product, it's not one that you would want to wear, for a long period of time. It's not one you're going to want to wear to give to your kids either. According to the EWG, the Environmental Working Group, this wouldn't even be an FDA approved product. And so for me, unfortunately, I'm really sorry, this is not a Dr. V approved product. This one I was super excited about. This is a Sun Milk 100% mineral sunscreen. As I told you before, mineral sunscreens are very difficult to formulate with. The reason is because the thing about zinc oxide is like chalk. Here's 17% chalk or 20% chalk. Now make it invisible in a formula. It's a very difficult thing to do, especially for darker skin tones. That white chalk wants to show up. And so there are very few brands that have had the guts to go and make a mineral sunscreen, and Critti is one of them. I mean, that girl or lady is very impressive, I think. The fact, I don't know how she's like doing blockbuster after blockbuster and still has managed to make a beautiful brand. I think it's very difficult. Hats off to her. But let's go through this particular product. Gorgeous packaging. I really like the square feel. Nice quality. Oh, a bit too good. Oh my God. Do you know what? The only problem with my job is my hands get so moisturized that I can't open anything. Oh, it's a twist one. Okay, sorry, that was just me being dumb. Sorry, it's a twisty bottle. Do that. Let me give it a shake first. I have a feeling it's going to come out quite fast. Yeah, it's very liquidy. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, very nice and liquidy. That's excellent actually for India where it is very hot. So it's penetrated really easily into the skin, but I would say there's a stinging actually happening on my skin. Let's look at what's inside it. So the second ingredient in here is zinc oxide, which is excellent. It's anti-inflammatory. And then she's got a bunch of emollients, which are fine. The eighth ingredient in here is glycerin, which is great because that's your humectant, holding water in the top layer of skin. Then she's got niacinamide in here, which is, she's written at 3%. So it's actually quite a high percentage. But, and this is a really big but, she's put in here witch hazel and tea tree oil. So witch hazel, because of the way witch hazel is distilled in alcohol, it gives you that quick dry feeling, but it also ages the skin prematurely. Because what happens with alcohol is that it leads to free radicals being generated in the skin, which damages the collagen, number one. Number two, that tea tree oil is probably what's giving me the stinging. Tea tree oil used to be used and was very popular for acne. No much else. We didn't have much else to use. It does have antibacterial properties, but it's also a skin sensitizer. So it's a huge mistake to wear a skin sensitizer on Indian skin and then go out into the sun. And this is an Indian brand. So this is a huge problem and it's not something I'd recommend. On top of that, in the ingredients list, oh no, she's put in talc, which you never ever put on broken skin. So anyone with acne should not be wearing this. And on top of that, she's put in glycolic acid, and that's what's leading to this burning sensation on my hand right now. Glycolic acid is my least favorite acid for skin of color at all. But on top of that, glycolic acid has a tiny molecular weight, flies through the skin and can lead to burns. So it's one that skin of color should really avoid, in my humble opinion. And even if you're going to put an exfoliating acid on, you certainly don't put it on in the day in a sunscreen when you're going to go out into the sun. It's likely to lead to darkening of the skin actually, because what you're doing is you're exfoliating, taking the top layer of skin away, and you're not really protecting the skin anymore. And now you've got UV hitting the skin. It's a huge mistake. And this is the only problem that happens if you are not a cosmetic formulator, you're not a doctor, you don't understand skin, but you have a huge following and you are beautiful and you have gorgeous skin genetically. It makes it easy to create a brand, to sell a brand and to go viral. But if you kind of have surface knowledge of science and you don't fully understand how ingredients work on the skin, you're reliant on other people to tell you. So then you need to understand how good are those cosmetic formulators? How well do they understand skin? And are they just cosmetic formulators? It's a really tricky one. That's the reason why I created this whole channel, is that I can investigate brands and give you unbiased opinions based on the inky list, based on the data. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame because this would have been amazing. If she'd formulated this correctly, this could have been such a huge hit in India, and is one that I would have then recommended. But unfortunately, I think she's fallen down, and it comes down to knowledge. Hopefully she's going to watch this video. Hopefully she'll reformulate. And if you do, Kriti, I promise I'll make a video just recommending your product. But this needs some tweaking. This is not Dr. V approved. Moving on to Golden Hour Glow Screen SPF 50. So before we move on, I'd like to ask for a huge favor. As you know, I am in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every YouTube video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can come and ask me your questions. And I recently, look, we've just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I could not be happier. But when I looked at the subscribers, I think 90% of people who watch this channel have not subscribed. 90%, which I was shocked by. So if you could do me a huge favor, please, 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 if you love my videos or you've watched, more than one video, please do hit that subscription button and the notification button. It helps me because, as you know, I don't know if you know actually, the money from this channel, the YouTube ad money I give to charity, this is a non-sponsored channel. And so it just really helps me to push that number up. So if you can hit that subscription button and the notification bell, I'd be really grateful. Beautiful packaging. I love this. This is gorgeous. Okay, how does this look? Lovely. Almost looks like a foundation. How interesting. Okay. And this is when you don't want to be wearing a white jacket, by the way. No fragrance. Well, it doesn't smell of anything. Does it blend? I suppose it blends quite nicely actually into the skin. I don't think it's got a white cast. I think it's got quite a nice sheen to the skin. So let's have a look at what's inside this. So it's actually a better formula than the last two sunscreens that we've looked at. I prefer the chemical filter in here, but again, it is still a chemical sunscreen. It does contain peptides, which I like, but the mistake with this is that they added mandarin fruit extract, which is an irritant. And you never ever add an irritant to a sunscreen because you're going out into the sun, you're going to have environmental assault on the skin. When UV hits your skin, it is relentless and is unforgiving. You don't want to put anything on there that is going to irritate the skin. You want anti-inflammatories. You want the exact opposite of irritants. So with this product, I would say I'm on the fence. I think it blends beautifully into the skin. I think it gives a nice glow. It's my favorite, obviously, out of the sunscreen so far. But I would say I am on the fence with this particular product. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. Now you've seen the Hyphen review, watch the best and worst retinols on Nykaa.